Alright, kids. We are off to another wonderful night of stream and some animations. Let's see if we can't get this shit rolling. Change my overlay setup a little bit. Trying to promote our new raffle that we're doing. Going to be giving away a copy of the Animator Survival Kit for our first 100 followers, so it's on the screen. Okay, so we added a Twitter account, which I'm going to post in the profile as soon as I get that figured out. We got a Facebook page now. Also going to add that to the profile. We got a YouTube, where we're backing up all the streams too. What else? Tonight, I'm probably going to be working with a little bit with Mark Medrano. He's an animator at Industrial Light and Magic. And yeah, working on Animsquad stuff over here. So let's see if our new chat thing works out. Where are we at? Let's see how my audio is first. Alright, kids, sounds good? How's that chat window working? Chat window works. Okay. Cool. I think we're good to go then. Alright, let's dive right in. Try to post this to Facebook, but not direct message. I don't know what the fuck's going on. All right. There we go. We're all updated now, so. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in my ass. So today, my, what's it called? Oof. My, Razer Chroma went out on me. And now, I'm stuck with this piece of shit. An HP. Fucking... whatever the fuck it is. So... yeah, it's wonderful. Is that updating? It's not updating. Let's see. Oh, damn it. Can I edit this as I'm in here? My height's too big. 50. Trying to get this new overlay working properly. Let's try that. 30. 135. We'll go with that. I think that'll work. Okay, let's see. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, they're all updating on screen now. Okay. I'm gonna be so confused, like, where my Alt key is on my Chroma is, like, in a completely different spot. Like, it feels different to my hand on this keyboard. It's weird. I don't like it one bit. Don't like it one bit. Ugh, shit. Animsquad. There's our audio. Turn off his face. And I might start her facial animation now. Actually, there were a couple things I wanted to clean up with her body. So I'm gonna see if I can take care of that real quick. Play blast this again real quick and see where we're at. Just since it's been a couple days. Fuck, I am gonna keep hitting that all night. I emailed Razer about trying to get my what's it called? Chroma replaced, so I guess we'll see. Okay. Oh my god, this Windows key is retarded. So let's do a quick play blast. See where we're at. What up, Gory Llama? How's it going? Make sure my stream is frozen for me. Make sure it's not checking out. Yeah, we good. We good. What are you up to tonight, Gorilla Llama? What did we decide you were going to be called again? Gory Llama or Gorilla Llama? I can't remember.
Be the future. 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 Be the future.
Gory Llama it is. Alright. I can dig it. So yeah, did you hear about our raffle that we're doing on the channel? You were one of the original 100, so you should be entered into it. We're gonna call out call out a winner on air whenever we get 100 followers, and someone's gonna get a copy of the Animator's Survival Kit.
Be the future. Be the future.
Okay, so what did we decide we were gonna do here? No, you don't have to be present when we actually do the drawing, but what we're gonna do is, take the 100 people, put their name into a hat. I haven't decided exactly how we're gonna do the drawing yet, but take the first 100 people that follow and pick one at random, and we'll stream it on air. Whoever gets picked, and then we'll message them on via Twitch. So, even if you're not there for the stream, you can still win it. Okay. So, what I'm going to try to do here... let's get a little more overlap in her shoulders. Where the fuck is her? Shoulder control. There we go. That's not helping as much as I wanted to. Have to end up doing is cheating the arms here. On this pose here, because because it looks like right now her arm is stretching up. Just can't really decide how this should go up. Let's see here. So what are you up to tonight, Gory Llama? I did shoot reference for this, but when I animated this, I didn't actually use any of it. Like, I shot so much well, I don't know, like, in shooting the reference, I kind of figured out the physicality, like, by doing it with my body, like, repeatedly, and, like, hitting the acting beats that I wanted, but when it came down to actually animating it, I didn't even, like, you know, my first blocking pass, I went off my reference, and then kind of, you know, with this pass, I just kind of made it up as I was going because she's doing this big cartoony move. And so I put the poses that I wanted in there and just pushed the timing of it so that it would work in this scene. So I mean, stuff like this frame here, it's so like cheated to camera. Like her arm is just totally like not even real. But that's the look I'm trying to get towards camera, so gives you kind of like a motion blur type effect. So I'm gonna play blast this again. See if the timing is looking. Not the timing, the spacing is a little bit better. I'm trying to get her to pop back up faster than she was.
See the future. 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 See the future.
I think that's alright.
See the future.
It's a little bit better. Anyway, I really need to get started on their facial performances now. I could probably polish that stuff a little bit later. So, this is kind of the fun part because I'm gonna try to actually make her start talking now. So I wonder if we put her on proxy, turn off her high layer. Oh, that turns off her facial rig, I forgot. What is up, Smooth Art? Welcome to the stream. I think you were one of our new followers today, weren't you? Also got Kyle Bernard in the house. Woohoo! Kyle, if you want to get in on Hangouts, you can talk to us. The more streamers, the better. I don't know if you're able to right now or not, but Mark's in there right now. He said he was going to be in here shortly. He was just finishing up working on his quad. So where are you from, Smooth Art? You got a any experience in animation? With 3D or art or anything? Everybody got skills. Everybody got skills. Houston, Texas. Nice. You're down by nice. You're down by Real Effects. I think that's Houston. Or is that Dallas? I don't remember. That's cool. That's cool. They, how are they doing? Whatever happened with them in the playoffs? This is a shot I'm working on for Animsquad. It's classes online taught by animators at Disney. And there you go. There's a link to the site. Basically, it's a group of guys from Disney, and they meet with us every week and critique us on our shots. They made us these rigs and stuff. I think their rigger was the same guy who did Wreck-It Ralph and a few things from Tangled. I don't remember his name. But yeah, he made these rigs were pretty appealing. I like them. But if you'd followed the stream at all this week, like, we found I had so many issues with the arms and doing what I wanted them to do this week. It was atrocious. Oh, nice. Yeah, I went to AM too. I graduated in 2012. It's a place you ought to be. Who's your mentor? Body mechanics are important. Very, very much so. What's up, Tamaskin Lem? Welcome back, buddy. Aaron Rodgers. Same old, man. You know how it goes. I was gonna say Aaron Rodgers. He's a football player. Aaron Rodgers. He's a blue sky guy. And he animated on Cloudy. That's pretty cool. Sony's animation style is freaking ridiculous anymore. That's cool, man. Yeah, and just to let you guys know, like, if you ever have, like, a critique or anything and you want some, like, a peer review, we do that kind of stuff here. And we've got... I'm waiting for my buddy Mark to come in here. He's usually pretty good at doing reviews and stuff too. He's working at ILM right now, and we're animating a short film called The Ottoman. But basically, we just made this channel to try to, like, bring animators together and kind of, you know, get some animation in the creative channel on Twitch. So we are looking for streamers right now too. So if you're anybody who's you know, likes animation, can talk animation with other people, and just want to do some work and have a good time, then we are looking for people right now. Oh, nice. They are, do they have you do a quad walk, like... Is that part of the basic curriculum? Because when I was there, that was part of, like, the Animals and Creatures Masterclass thing. Like, I don't even know what that school is like anymore. Did they just kind of work some of that stuff into the basic curriculum now? Because that'd be cool. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've only animated a quadruped like 3 times, maybe. still have yet to do like a dragon or anything like that. And my Maya's froze. Yay! Do you get to choose your mentor? When I was there... No. I don't know about now. Maya's taking a shit. Alright, let's see if she's better. We're good. We good. We good. Okay. I don't know if you can choose your mentor now, but when I was there, you couldn't. I lucked out, though, when I was there. I got all the Pixar guys. Got Victor Navone, Aaron Hartline, Mark Oftedal. Like, I think when I lucked out and got, like, the best group of mentors I could have possibly gotten at the time, I think. Except for, Michael Bekarowitz. I would have loved to have had him as a teacher, but he's doing, like, what's that shit they're doing out in Emeryville right now? The Animation Collective or something like that? Collaborative? Collaborative? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, no, I've got all their characters. I've still got my AM shelf up here and everything too. I don't know. I just don't have time to animate quads, I guess. Shouldn't say time. I don't know. You can only animate one thing at a time, you know? That's not true. I'm working on 2 shots right now. Sort of. They have a new one? A new, rig? Did they come out with Jules yet? Jules was actually my, how come I didn't get a job? That is the $1 million question, isn't it? I live out in Indiana, and I'm about 45 minutes outside of Chicago. There's not a ton of work out here. And for one, for two, my demo reel's not where I want it to be. So that's what I'm doing Animsquad for right now, and you know, once our short films are wrapped up, I'll be able to put that stuff on my reel as well. But then, like, all last year I had health issues, so really for like the last year and a half I've kind of been out of it for medical reasons, but I'm getting back to it now. And then hopefully sometime soon I'll be moving out west. Oh, that's cool, Smooth. Did you get to play with the Jules rig at all? The Jules rig was, he was my very first instructor. I took the Maya Springboard class there. I had no idea, like, how to do anything at all, and he was the very first person that ever taught me about animation. And 3 years later, he passed away. So that rig is actually like a dedication to him, because he was like one of the original OGs at AM. So it's really sad. Alright, so I splined out this beginning part because why not? I want to do facial stuff. I can't do non-facial stuff. That didn't make sense. What the hell am I trying to say? I can't do facial and step. What else we got in here? JK Plays. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's gonna be all fucked up right now because I literally just hit spline. Her arm's gonna go like I already saw right, like here, like it's perfect. No, but
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see the future.
How about that?
it's not bad for like
Yeah, I can
just
see the
hitting
future.
spline. I don't like this crease in her neck that's making right there. Need to fix that. Fix the arm, obviously.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see the future.
How about that?
And I also don't like her arm candy wrappering as it comes up through here. If you follow like her sleeve right here, you can see her arms doing this weird like twist thing. It's kind of popping. It's just the splines, I think, on her shoulder control. And then I'll have to clean up her hand contacts on the table. And then start with her facial. This song is ridiculous. What the hell is playing right now? Skip to gift shop mode. I love this song. Everything playing is from Battle Block Theater. And thank you, Smooth Art. Appreciate it. You got any work to share too? I love watching animation. That's what this channel is for. Let's see. So, time to get in face mode. Yeah. Are you just starting out? Like, did you just start Animation Mentor with no previous experience? Because, dude, when I was there, like, I had guys from DreamWorks in my classes, and it was kind of like, kind of intimidating, but then again, like, also, you know, I felt like it was good for me because I knew where I had to be, you know? If your classmates are, you know, your classmates and your instructor are people working professionally in the industry, then you're just surrounding yourself by people who are doing exactly what you want to do. So, oh, that's cool. Do you know Cinema 4D? Alright, so we're just gonna hone in on this first line here. You can see the waveform. This is from 1 to about 29. That's so you can see the future, is what she's saying right there. So we're gonna zone in on these 30 frames here. And what I'm gonna do is take my handy dandy dry erase. I'm gonna write on my screen over the waveform where phonetically what she's saying is happening. So for this, I'm actually gonna have to turn my music off because I need to hear this. But this is where they're. So 3 and 4, that's gonna be our S. So I'm gonna write in an S right above 3 and 4. 5 is our O. And then 6 and 7 kind of blends that. So So you are and can is happening on 10. And then actually a lot of times with my after you play blast and export it into QuickTime, the audio ends up getting delayed by 2 frames. So what I'll do for lip sync on these is, hold on, is actually move the audio over so that it matches up, because it's always off by 2 frames when you play blast. So you and she doesn't actually say can. She says so you can. She's like so you can. It's more like so you can. And that's actually what I'll write on here, because you know, you don't want to do like a hard like can like get your mouth back here, and you don't want to do that because she's saying it so fast. It's like so you can. It just, her mouth is just gonna flow straight from that k to n. Just start beatboxing over here. Alright, so you can. That's kind of a ns. There's our S, definitely. Can see 16 is the start of our the. That'll be a TH sound, so we'll put that there. 17 is E and the. 18 and 19 are the beginning of our F for future. And then by 21, she's hitting her U in future. 23 is ch, future. And then by 26, we're back at our R sound, future. This fucking dry erase marker is like, it goes on, and then it like disappears. It's weird. Future. And then her mouth will kind of just be like future. Relax at the end. Okay. Did I have Kenny Roy AM? No, I did not. But he, we've got a Google Hangout, the animationhangout.com. We go in there a lot and work on stuff together. He's popped in there a couple of times. I don't know, he's got his own Twitch stream too now that he's doing. He does like game development stuff on. Yeah. Okay, so now I got that written out. We can get our music back on. How's it going, Kyusaki? Kyusaki! Welcome to the stream. Kyusaki! Alright, so now we're gonna start blocking out mouth shapes. Yay! We get out our handy dandy studio library here, provided by Animsquad, where they have mouth like phonemes, however the fuck do you say that? Phonemes. No wait, phenomes. What the fuck is the word I'm trying to say? A phoneme. Phoneme. Or
Phoneme.
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 A phoneme. That's what we are. Saying like phenome.
Phoneme.
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 Phoneme. Thanks, Grandpa Google search. You're so helpful. What's this character's? What do you mean, what's this character's? What's this character's what? Alright, so we're gonna start blocking these in here. And this is where you guys get to laugh, because when I do facial animation, I'll sit here like 2 inches from my screen, and my face does, you know, like when people play video games, they're like playing Mario Kart, and they want to like steer faster left or right, so they're like moving the controller and shit. I do that with my face when I animate. So like if I want her face to make a certain thing, like I'll start doing it with my face, thinking it's gonna like make fucking make her work better. But yeah, no. I wish it worked like that, but then I guess it'd just be mocap. No, this isn't Mary. This is Jill. She's one of Animsquad's rigs. We got her, and then I've also got Jack in this scene. He's there, but his face is off. There's his face, and he's got cards. So, playing a little poker with Jack and Jill. Let's see. Wait, I need to turn that back off. There we go. And so through here, I'm going to start her off kind of like with her eyebrows scrunched a little bit, I think. So a lot of this is going to be me like playing around, trying to figure out what I want as I'm doing it. Okay. That's my fucking face. I just need a mouth. There we go. Is this even working? What the hell is this doing? Oh, man. Getting quiet in here because when I'm concentrating. Sorry, guys. May not be the most entertaining thing to watch in the world, but I do what I can. I do what I can. Anybody still there? Cool, 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 cool. This music is the Battle Block Theater soundtrack. I'll link you to it here. It's a whole playlist of everything from the game. It's a really fun game. You should check it out. Between that and it's kind of like a 2D side scroller, like hack and slash game. But it has really like fun animation and stuff in it too. Kyle's in the house. Yeah, I'm getting pretty sleepy myself. We're hitting midnight over here, which is technically supposed to be my bedtime, but I like to break the rules sometimes. You know what we need? See, but yeah, we can't. If we play anything that's copyrighted, they always mute our audio. Because Twitch sucks. It's bogus. Next weekend? You got a whole week ahead of you, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm starting facial again right now on this. And, I kind of forgot what lip sync is like. It's been a while. Everything we've been doing is pantomime all the time. Are you gonna go for it?
Yeah, those things.
There he is. What's up, Mark? You're on stream right now, so anything you say can and will be used against you. Kyle's in chat right now, too. I don't know. Kyle, fucking come in Hangouts and talk to us, man. Or Mark, you can just go and chat on the stream, too. Whatever the fuck, I don't care. How was the quad thing going?
It's a frustrating day. Never quite get as much done as I had expected.
What were you doing today?
Upgrading the flight software.
Nice.
Updated the flight controller to the new software and enabling the high-speed motor controller thing that I've been avoiding for months. So I have to recalibrate the whole thing and update all of my flight controller needs updating, and the on-screen display, and recalibrate the radio, and go through all the setup and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, at least I got it all back together, but only was able to do a bench calibration on one axis. Still have 2 more axes to do, and then actually see if it flies. And the plan is to go flying tomorrow, so I don't know if that's gonna happen.
You guys get good weather tomorrow?
I don't know. It's not rainy. It was kind of foggy today, but it wasn't wet at least. Even if it is, I can find a parking garage somewhere.
Yeah.
I can fly well enough now. I think that I wouldn't just destroy it on the cement.
Kyle, what are you talking about? Where are you? Anyway, you getting some Ottoman stuff done tonight at all, you think?
Yeah, hoping to get through more auto on my thing. Have the feet kind of in the right place now, except to work out the body and hands.
Nice. Yeah, I pretty much told Mike, like, I'm not gonna be doing anything until I'm done with Animsquad. I'm like, I got 2 weeks left. I need to just take life one shot at a time, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I told him after this class is over, he's all mine. I'm all his, that's what I meant. He's mine. So what do you think, man? Do you want to, like, try to stream with us sometime? Like, do you want to do your own, do you want your own stream key? Or would you rather just, like, pop in Hangouts and join, like, me or Kyle mid-stream?
I don't know. I don't have the faintest clue how Twitch works.
Really? You basically, like, I don't know. You use... me and Kyle are using Open Broadcaster software. It's like this program, and you can make like your own overlay and everything. So that's how we got everything set up the way it is now.
All the picture-in-picture and stuff.
Yeah. It's a little bit like Minicam, only it's like for streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, there's the link to where we're at right now if you want to get in on it. But Kyle's doing this thing now where the first 100 people that follow us, I think I told you, are getting the Animator Survival Kit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of fun. Alright. I need to focus. I keep getting distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, how do you do facial animation?
What do you mean?
Like I usually put it in Spline and just kind of straight ahead all the lip sync. But, you know, Alberto told me he used to do that for the longest time. And recently, like, since he got to Disney, I guess how they're doing it over there is they put all that stuff in and stepped, like, because he said you need to think of, like, your facial pose as part of the entire pose.
Mm-hmm.
So that would include any sort of lip sync or anything that's going on.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily like right or wrong. I've just always like
Yeah, I don't know.
put it in Spline and straight aheaded.
I don't know. I think it makes sense to I mean, your facial expressions should be in blocking. And I think your kind of your face shapes end up driven by that. And I mean, I guess if I've got a big emphasis on something that I'll put, you know, like an open mouth pose or something like that, or something that's particularly graphic, I'll get that in blocking, or try to get it in blocking at least.
Yeah.
But generally, I just, you know, I only do that on where my body keys are. And then once it goes into, like, actually get the lip sync itself in, then I end up just doing that straight ahead in Spline.
I feel like that's
Always
probably the
with
most common
a
answer.
jaw flap first, trying to get a strong jaw flap. If the dialogue reads well like that, then your mouth shapes will you know, only improve it.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Ice Lizard 83? Welcome aboard. Mark, did I show you my fancy graphic EQ I got for my desktop?
No.
Where are we at?
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of cool. And you can customize them and make them like different colors or whatever the heck you want to do. So it just kind of sits down here, and I've got it like running as an overlay on the stream. With it like I chroma'd the white out, so it's just the black bars.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's a good way to do it.
It's pretty fancy stuff, man. Pretty fancy stuff.
Indeed.
I think you would like OBS. It's a very like Mark program, I feel like. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to do with it, and it's all like very customizable, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty much only for streaming. So, I mean,
Well, I mean, only for streaming.
I wish it worked for
So it's like a virtual webcam, right? I mean, how else did they get the video out?
So basically, where's my mini cam at? Oh, I killed my video. Try to show you it here anyway. So this is the program, and so what you're looking at is like what everybody on stream will see. It's like a preview of it. This is like a little app running the chat from the stream. Then I've got like my bars back here, whatever I'm currently working. Like it's all like layers. So you have like your different scenes over here that you can change, and then these are all the layers within that scene. And so each one of these things is like a different component that makes up the entire thing. So it's kind of cool. Like I can turn my webcam off, and then like underneath it I've got an image that says webcam offline.
Right, but how does it output that video?
So it takes this entire video and in the settings in here, it just has like broadcast settings, and then it has mode. You can output it to a file. So like, I guess, I mean, I don't want to change it right now because I'm streaming. I don't know what it'll do.
Yeah.
But I imagine you can output it to just like record whatever the hell's on screen right there and like locally, or live stream it to. It has like all of these different services to stream to.
I see.
So I've got mine set up to Twitch, and then it's got, you know, here's my stream key, and then if I wanted it to save locally too, I could do that.
Right.
So yeah, you can't really use it for Hangouts unless you like. I don't know why you would really want to though. Like the only way would be if
how good their screen capture is.
on this,
Mm-hmm.
it's like perfect.
Because that's the main reason to use something.
Yeah.
So if screen capture is low latency and high quality, that alone could be worth it. Manicam's kind of a pain in the ass now with all the, I mean, not ads, but all the changes they keep making and disabling stuff. And
Oh, I've just got it. I've got an older version of it.
I had that for a while, but then it stopped working.
Yeah.
But I had to update it.
You know, you don't have to do anything, Mark.
Well, I'm not really willing to write my own from scratch, so I use theirs.
Yeah. Touche. Dude, I have not done lip sync in so long.
At least with her, you'll be able to get away with a lot more, I think.
What makes you say that?
Well, she's in harsh lighting and mostly in silhouette.
Oh yeah, I mean like most of her lines. Well, she only has 2 lines anyway, and one of them she's gonna have her back to us. So really, it's just his first line, so you can see the future. So yeah, I guess you're right. They don't have like a good U shape. They have O shapes. It's kind of like a loose ooh. They got that loose ooh, man. Whatever the fuck that means. They're really gonna make me hand key every frame of these facial shapes. That's alright. That's what we want anyway. Zombie Go Crislin! Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I do not even see you in the stream. I think something's like messed up with this. Showing who's actually in here. I don't know. There we go. Had to refresh the page. We good. But now my Twitch alerts didn't. Well, our follower counter doesn't work. Or at least it's not right now. See, this is the fun stuff. We get to work out all the bugs. Alright. Going back to the good stuff. When all else fails, Crypto the Necrodancer. Crap 4D! Thanks for the follow. Trying to figure out how to get my freaking follower count to update. Because we're getting followers and it's not updating. What the hell? Hey, it updated now. I don't know how or why. It didn't even do anything, and it just did. So, whatever. I guess maybe it just takes a minute. Okay. Anyway, Craft4D, where you come from, man? Newest Fag, thanks for the follow. Alright, so I'm just gonna leave the follow count alone and see if it updates on its own. Because it should be updating. Maybe it just takes, I don't know, hold on. Unless there's a way to change how often it updates. Yeah, I don't know. How's it going, Newest Fag? What brings you to the stream tonight?
Into the future.
Shit. I just realized something. I still had this in stepped mode. Shit. That's not gonna be so good. And I'm gonna increment and save. Hey, Newest, this is character animation in Maya. Alright. Do a quick play blast of that first blocking pass of lip sync. See how fucking terrible it is.
So you can see the future.
Okay.
So you can see the future. So you can see the future.
So
Can see the future.
yeah, not wonderful.
So you can see the future. So you can see the future. Can see the future.
Just moving too much.
Can see the future.
But with this first pass, I'm really just trying to hit the mouth shapes at each thing.
So you can see the future. Can see the future. Can see the future. Can see the future.
I don't know. It's probably more work to do that.
To just do
So
the
then
mouth.
you're guaranteed. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to lay in shapes right away. because then you'll end up having to spend all of your time simplifying it back down again. Like when we talk, our mouth shapes tend to blend into each other quite a lot.
Right.
So, like, that's why I say start with that jaw pass. Do the Muppet. Because Muppets can look really convincing when they're talking. So if you can get that Muppet going with no shapes...
So you don't even do lips at all first?
I don't touch the lips. Just get that open and closed and that jaw action. Because it's not in time with, like, the inflections either. But once you get that in place, then you already have all of the timing and all of the rhythm and stuff of the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a lot easier to find where, you know, major shapes fall on top of that rhythm.
Okay.
Otherwise, you get that really kind of over-enunciated look that's pretty common.
Yeah. See, I usually start with that and then try to, like, blend them together and tone it down.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. I mean...
Is that, like, a terrible way to work, or what?
I just think that's a lot of work. Like, it's a lot of effort to take something really complicated and then try and smooth it. You know, it essentially is really noisy.
Yeah.
So you can see the future?
Yeah,
Yeah, and if you start smoothing it out, I mean, if you end up, you know, just pulling the wrong shapes, you know, that could just muddy the whole thing up.
Yeah, I can see the future.
Can see the future?
It's sort of
I can
like
see the
the
future.
thought of animating inside out.
I can see the
Like,
future.
if you get the hips moving right, then, you know, you can drive the hips, drive the spine, and the spine drives the legs and the arms, and that sort of thing. Like, you can start detailing all this other stuff ahead of time, but if the hips aren't right from the get-go,
So
like, it's just gonna make so much more work to get back to that point.
Yeah.
The jaw flap is kind of the hips of the lip sync. But if it's all right, it should work with nothing else. If that's all you have in there, it should still be a fairly convincing lip sync pass.
Well, it'll look like dubbed anime.
Right.
Yeah, I can see the future.
Let's see.
can see the future?
Yeah, I can see the future.
Shit, I just killed
Can
the
see the
stream.
future?
Yeah, I can see the future.
Can see the future?
Yeah, I can see the future.
I mean, I didn't stop streaming, but I accidentally closed the window on my end.
Future.
Can see the
Yeah.
future?
Kind of the sort of thing. If your lip sync, if it looks like a bad dub, then putting lip shapes on it isn't going to help. You know, but if you look at something like, look at Kermit shots or Miss Piggy or, Cookie Monster, any of those guys, like, they still manage really convincing lip sync with just that.
With just the opening and closing of the jaw.
Just the opening and the closing.
I mean, it's kind of already there. Like, if you watch her teeth through this, like, and her chin, I feel like it's there. I just feel like her lips are moving too much.
Cool. Well, you're probably in a good place then.
Mark that hangout chat though.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad.
No. Well, what can you do?
Yeah. Okay.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
What's up, Swag? It's good to see you back, man. Oh, you noticed I got rid of my table. Yeah. I cleaned out my room today. I really just had it back behind me because I either draw on it or play keyboard. Because I had my piano up there. I haven't been doing either of those things recently, so I figured I'd clear out some space in here.
So you can see the future? So you can see the future?
Yeah,
So you can see the future?
yeah, I can.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can.
So you can see the future?
Yeah,
So you can see the future?
yeah, I can see.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, we were talking about getting a green screen earlier. Posted up behind me and fucking put myself in outer space or whatever the hell I want to do. I'm not a big fan of the green screen look. I know a lot of streamers do it, but it's like it's just like their fucking head floating in space. I could probably put some shit behind me and try to key myself out if I wanted to, but I changed up our layout a little bit today. Added the chat window in there and got our thing for the raffle on there now too, so.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
Here you go, Swag. I'm gonna give you something. Made you one of our chat moderators. I think you've earned it, man. You've been in here like every stream. It's awesome.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
What else we got in here? We got Mana Cloud and FF Koiroig. These fucking names. Still got Smooth Art in here. Appreciate you guys stopping by. It's not too incredibly exciting tonight. Just doing lip sync. And still got a lot of stuff to work on with this shot, but we'll get it done someday.
Well, the countdown's running.
Shut up, Mark. Don't remind me. Countdown's always running. Every day I'm sitting here, I'm not an animator at Disney, so the countdown has always been running. Mark, are you gonna apply for TalDev this fall?
No, I don't have anything.
Come
new for my reel.
on. You've been animating your whole life. What do you mean you don't have anything?
I've got resume padding. I mean, I can't put with the show like pushing back another couple months.
Yeah.
Like, even if I had anything worthwhile to pull from that, it's gonna be a year and a half before I have any of that material cleared.
Well, you can just put it on your reel and put a password on it and say, you know, covered under NDA, and then whenever you apply anywhere, you just give them your password.
No, for unreleased material. I mean, remember, this isn't even going to be in theaters for another year and like 2 months. I don't even have renders of it.
Oh, really?
No. And it all sucks, also. I mean, nothing that they would be looking for at Disney.
It doesn't all suck.
You haven't seen it yet.
Mark, someone in here is asking why you don't stream. Do you have a good answer for us?
I'm lazy.
There you go, folks. You heard it from the man himself.
That's all the answer you need.
I'm telling you, man. We'll get you a stream key. We'll get you set up with OBS. You come on here. I mean, it's just like fucking Hangouts, but people like enjoy it, you know? Like, you know. They said boo. They're booing you. You're getting booed off stage right now for not being a streamer and working at ILM. White Shadow Demon? What do you mean you're a ghost? Welcome to the stream. You could always do this. Now we'll change this.
Huh. Should have like a wall of animation. Try and get as many people on at once as possible.
Yeah. All right. Mark, if you refuse to stream, I'll stream for you. I put your work up on where my shot cam is. I changed it to the Mark cam.
Yeah, I see that.
So this is kind of cool. We got like a dual stream going on right now. White's question. Did I miss a question? Oh, I did miss a question. Not bad, dude. How long have I been doing this? Too long. That's the quick answer. Like animation in general or the shot? So I've been animating since I was... I don't know. Mark, when do you count when you started animating? Like, at what point can you say, I'm not a bitch anymore, I'm an animator?
Oh, that's a good question.
Or
I don't know, there has to be like a moment in your life where you said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen.
yeah,
Like,
but
I
I
feel like
mean,
that's
when I
it.
had that moment wasn't necessarily when I became an animator. Like, I didn't know shit about animation when I decided that I wanted to be an animator, you know?
Yeah, but I think that's the important part. Being an animator isn't like based on your qualifications or like how, you know, knowing the principles or any of that crap. It's being an animator is you saying, I'm an animator and I'm gonna, you know, follow this artistic path.
Yeah. The White Shadow, this is my career path. Major. Okay, so I technically started going to school for animation when I was 18. I mean, right after high school, I knew that this is what I wanted to do, and I'm 25 now. So 7 years now, but I mean, you know, like, it takes a long freaking time to learn how to animate. So it's like, yeah, I decided I want to be an animator when I was 18, but it's like, I couldn't animate for, I wouldn't even consider myself an animator until, like, recently.
Well, I'd say you're probably not a professional until you've got your first job.
Right. Well, they're saying
But
in
that doesn't
chat
mean you're
that
not
you...
an animator.
Yeah. They're saying in chat, when you get paid is when you should be considered an animator. Because they said this would be a pretty hardcore hobby. Which is true.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I
that's
mean-
kind of the state of the industry, though. So many people do, you know, have to do the starving artist thing for years before they get their first break.
Yeah. And that's just because it is hard. It's a hard art. You know? Like, knowing body mechanics and physicality, that's like... I don't know. I guess for me, like, personally, like, I would consider once I learned body mechanics and, like, physicality and kind of got that figured out, which I'm still learning to this day. Like, I don't think you ever stop learning. Every shot is a learning experience. But you get to a point where you know, you start to get a feel for it, and then I feel like that's when you can say maybe you're an animator. But then once you reach that level, then like this new door opens where it's like, okay, now I can move. Now I know how to move the characters, but can I like make them emote? And can I make them? Can I make an audience feel something based on the way they're moving? You know. Oh, thanks, Swag. Do you, yeah, I don't know. I made this one, that I've got going right now. But, yeah, we're looking for streamers right now, so, I mean, once we can get, like, a setup, ideally we would like to have a steady schedule of streamers to where this could be, like, you know, kind of like an internet TV station of animation talk, like all day, every day. That'd be badass. So, you know, and we'll keep growing. We're still a new channel. Yeah, and Mark Crafts, one guy in here says, getting paid is not a good way to measure because you can get paid to do shit work still.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I don't know either. That's kind of like what I was talking about. Like,
I'm not quite ready to start decrying the quality of various types of work. It's an art form.
yeah,
One person's crap's another person's high art, and vice versa.
yeah. No, Tamascan, like, my favorite thing about animation, and like, I think what sets good animation apart from, you know, not necessarily from bad animation, but apart from, you know, anything else, is when they can tell us, like, someone can tell a story with animation without dialogue. Like, Feast is my favorite short film of all time. Just from last year, like, I freaking love that story of that little stupid dog. And it was great because they don't, you know, if the characters don't have to talk to tell you their story, then that immediately opens the door to where you know, anyone in the world can relate to this because you're solely using body language and facial expressions, which are kind of like universal, you know? Granted, everybody has their own cultural things, you know, like, I don't know, like flipping people off doesn't work in every country. And like, what the hell, what do the Europeans do? They do some weird gesture that's kind of like flipping off, but it's not.
I think the bird.
The bird?
Yeah.
What is the bird? You got
That's
any
the
Europeans in
V.
here that can clarify what the bird is?
Doing the V and smacking your elbow instead of your elbow.
Smacking your elbow? Am I giving
Yeah, you kind of cross your arm over and
over here smacking my elbows, giving everybody the bird? Or is it this? Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's so stupid. And who
Oh, yeah.
decided like, yo, I'm gonna
That's the
flip you off? And that's like sticking one of my fingers up is gonna be an insult. But if I stick up the one next to it, that is not an insult. Then I'm pointing at you. It's so dumb. Body language is a weird thing. But White Shadow, I don't usually draw boards. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't know. Depends on the shot. Usually what I'll do is shoot a lot of reference and act out the scene myself and try to figure out the physicality of what I want to do just by acting it out myself and recording it over and over and just watching that. And then from that I'll pick out like the poses that I want. I'll put the character into those poses and then I'll time them out and try to like get my timing kind of working, then get my spacing working, and then in between it, and then yeah. So, but yeah, like Tom and Jerry, that's a pretty good example. I mean, and even Looney Tunes, a lot of that stuff too was like pantomime, but it was funny. Like Coyote and Roadrunner never talked. Somebody's saying the difference between pro and amateur is that pros get paid. An amateur can be leagues better than a pro skill-wise. That's why I say being paid is not a good way to say when you become anything. I kind of agree with that and kind of don't. I think the animation industry is so small that if you're really good, it's not gonna be unnoticed. You know? Like is there anyone out there that's like a master of animation that nobody knows about? It's like all of the masters are working for companies.
Like, it's not that bar is so high. Like, you have to be world class. You can't just be an amazing animator. You have to be like Olympic athlete level animator to get noticed, because there are so many talented people out there.
Yeah.
That's the real challenge.
There's too many of us. If there were like 10 animators in the world. You know, what about the days when it was just the 9 old men, you know? Like, if you're one of those guys, you only had to compete with 8 other people.
Yes, I'm sure that's exactly how it was.
Walt Disney was the greatest because there was nobody else. There was no competition. He had it easy.
You know, any hopes that you had of ever working for Disney Animation? You were saying about how small this industry is?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Alberto pretty much, he told me one class that getting into Disney, like, anyone who gets in over there does it by recommendation of somebody else. Like, he said nobody ever literally just, like, applies randomly that they haven't heard of and then gets in. So...
I mean, I would have said the same thing about any big studio.
Yeah.
But obviously that isn't always the case. I mean, even if you're not perfectly qualified.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see.
Alright, so let's get... some of this stuff back in here. Every fucking time I turn off Jack's face rig, he gets this look. Like he's just seen a fucking ghost. And it cracks me up every time because he catches me off guard. I'll just do the 80. How is it 1:15 already? Ugh. Kyle, you still in chat? Oh, my internet's dying right now. Thanks to Maskin. He is a dick in this shot. That's what we're going for. Just a fucking douchebag.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see the future.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see the future.
So you can see the future?
Yeah, I can see the future.
I still hate her arms. Mark, I don't know what to do about her arms stretching, dude. Her shoulder wasn't doing anything for me.
I don't know if there's much you can do. It's stretching because it's cheated.
I know, but
So
it's
you
cheated because it
either
has
need
to
cheat
be.
it- You either need to cheat it better or cheat it less.
And then there's this frame. Fucking splines. I gotta clean all that shit up. But anyways, like, it's just this stretch up here, and then like her arms is this fucking crazy ass candy wrapper thing, where it's like rotating. Like, you remember what Nancy's arms used to do?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Only this doesn't really have a fix for it.
Well, actually, I guess the other thing to do would be not to fix the arm, but change the body. So just find the last frame that you're not really feeling the stretch, and there you go on how far you can push it. And then just reduce all of your spine rotates so you don't go past that point.
So essentially, I'm shortening the length of her arms.
Right, but we're not feeling.
I think it's just between this frame rate, like 74 to 75 is what I don't like.
Right.
That
Yeah,
extra
so
little
just
bit of
back
stretch
off.
right there. Because
Just
if it
back
came
off, like right to there, and then I think once you pull all your curves back to that point, you'll have a little more leeway than there because you'll be easing in slow, so some of that stretch won't be as noticeable because we're seeing it because the spine is moving, the upper spine is moving very quickly there.
Thanks for the follow, Detecto. Appreciate it, bro. So this right here would be my. This would be my extreme up.
I think so, somewhere around there. Yeah, I think so. You've got a little bit of stretch, but I think that'll probably feel better once it's in the middle of an ease and not on a pop. So just like right there becomes your extreme, and then just see what that does.
Yeah. She's just doing push-ups all day, man. Getting her workout. Oh man. White Shadow, I would love to make the next Incredibles movie, but unfortunately, I'm not at that level yet. Mark, did you see, speaking of Incredibles, did you see Brad Bird's stuff for Tomorrowland?
I saw there's some interviews out.
There was, he did like a little short animated section about it, and it was narrated by the guy who does Brain's voice from Pinky and the Brain. It was awesome, man. It was, I think I saw it on Cartoon Brew, a couple days ago.
I'll have to dig that up.
Yeah, it was really cool. That movie looks really interesting, and I feel like it was very under advertised. Like everyone, everyone I talked to hasn't even heard of it, and I mean like non-animators.
Right.
Like nobody's heard of that movie, and it looks so good. It's got that Clooney in there, man. All about that Clooney. What the fuck is happening right here? Exactly. Oh, this is my FK switch being retarded. Where is the FK-IK switch? There it is. Graph editor. These need to be flat. So then Your Maya will freeze. Okay, we're good. Here we go. Speaking of that, I'm gonna save again. You know how I get... I have autosave on, but I get reminded to save by Maya freezing. And it'll freeze for like a minute, and I'll be like, fuck my life. I'll be like sitting here like freaking out and like throwing shit, and then it'll like come back on, and I'll be like, okay, save. And that's how I increment, is by Maya freezes. That is a terrible way to work.
Yes. I don't know. I just couldn't. I get annoyed by the pauses when it autosaves. Like that makes me feel like
Oh yeah. No, I totally. That's why I don't do it. I don't like how it feels, because it'll just randomly like freeze for like 2 seconds, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, 2 seconds. You're lucky you're not working on some big stuff. I mean, sometimes it can take 20 or 30 seconds to save.
Yeah,
And then it's like, wait, is it auto-saving? Did this crash? Is the network down? Oh crap, I just lost everything, didn't I? And then, oh, wait, it's just auto-saved.
Yeah.
And like, it'll always auto-save right before I decide to version up. So it's like, I want to version up. Oh, auto-save just kicked in. I have to wait for it to save this, so I can then resave it with a different name and sit through all that again.
Right.
I'm generally lucky about not crashing.
Yeah.
Until like when I'm in a place that I'm gonna have crashes, like I know it ahead of time because I'm using all my RAM, or like I'm running out of VRAM or something like that. And it's like, okay, this is not going to end well.
And these noodle arms. I was watching the Animsquad had a lecture on that Popeye short that Sony came out with. Marlon just went through and frame by frame the entire thing for like an hour and a half or something like that. Oh my god, that shit was ridiculous. I mean, I knew it was ridiculous from the second I saw it, but once you actually get in there and frame by frame that shit, it's like, I don't even understand where they come up with, like, some of the shit they come up with. Like, the poses they do on their characters have, like, no physicality whatsoever, but it works. They just, like, make their own physics. You know, I guess they've been doing that for a long time. With, like, Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and some of that crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. It's all about finding what reads.
It's just weird, man. I can't.
And I mean that's the whole exaggeration part of your principles.
Like, where's... Hold on, let me find... It wasn't in here. It was in here.
It's not just making stuff bigger, but it's finding how stuff appears when you're actually watching it.
Yeah. Is this file gonna open? Oh, here it is. Like... What was my favorite shot? Was this? Where's it at? Right here. This shit, man.
You got clocked by that sink, playing it like all these guys.
Like, what the fuck? How do you even? Who's like, yeah, I'm gonna make that. Because that should exist. And then she like scurries away. And like, look at this scurry. Should probably just download this because I'm like frame by framing Marlin, frame by framing it. But what the hell? Her. Like, why does that work? Why and how does that work? I'm gonna download this. Hold on. Okay. Getting that Popeye, yo. Yeah, they did scrap the Popeye. Mark, did you ever hear why?
I can't remember why.
It was so good. Okay. Where are we at?
How peculiar.
This shot right here, man.
Don't worry, Miss Oil. I'll save you. I'll be right with you.
This is all just a dream.
I am sorry, just taking a little longer than I thought.
Happy thoughts, parent children.
It's so stupid.
Olive.
Like, what the fuck? Okay. What? Can you even explain this to me? Mark, do you have the capabilities to explain to me how, when, where, and why this fucking works?
The only thing that
Like, what the fuck?
while watching that is I am so glad I am not a cloth sim artist.
Oh god, yeah. Like, look at, like... I don't even know. Well, you can, right, like this frame here, you can see her underside is just white. Just so it would blend in with the cloth.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, what the hell? And then, before that... This shit. She's just crawling across the deck, over all these guys, over and under everyone. Her ass is, like, in the air the whole time. Then she does, like, this reversal. What the hell was that?
Well, it's just once you know you've got to get out of the way, like that really helps define your extreme up there. And then it's like, well, how do I come down from this?
Yeah.
You can fold over normal, but that's boring. So what's an interesting way to come down?
Ooh, the arm's broke right there. Goes through the sleeve.
Oh, no, that's it. Yeah, whole thing. Just
Yep.
write it off.
Yep. Whole thing's done. We have some interpenetration here. Scrap it. That's probably why they scrapped the film. Couldn't get this fucking sleeve to work right here. Her arm was just going through it. But my favorite thing about this shot was the camera never cuts through all this shit. Like, it just follows her in this big circle as she's, like, freaking out. You know, and then she stops. It's just, like, completely still. While Popeye is fucking, like... Popeye's getting the shit choked out of him. One thing that we talked about was how much they ruined the animation with motion blur in this.
Mm.
It was just really, like, overdone.
But that's an interesting challenge because, I mean, normally you would do like multi-limbs or something like that to approximate it.
Yeah.
So even traditionally, they didn't have motion blur, but they still used something. So how do you get that in 3D?
I don't know. And why can Sony pull off these dead still holds and it is alright with us? They do this shit they do it in Cloudy, they did it in Hotel Transylvania, they do it in here, and it works. Like, their characters are always, like,
definitely to
perfectly
start
still.
off, start with. But they have a very stylized motion style.
Yeah. Like this guy right
It
here. Like,
wouldn't
watch
work
watch
if
this hold.
everyone was moving very realistically.
His head is completely locked in space. This shit just cracks me up every time. Then he's gone in 1 frame. And then... over 1 frame, man.
Yeah, but see that anticipation? That's how you get away with it.
Just holding this pose here.
Nice, slow, strong anticipation. You know exactly what's going to go on right before it happens, and then they have to skip all the in-betweens, go straight to the good part.
I didn't like this move. I felt like it was too modern. Like, this kind of shit wasn't around when Popeye was out. And then, like, she said it's raining men at the beginning. I'm not sure if that was like an 80s reference either. Or it's raining men. That was 70s, wasn't it? Either way, I know it was after Popeye. Anyways, I just love that shit. I'm gonna start working on a folder Alberto's got on his computer called Inspiration, and he just loads it up with shit like that. And
Yeah, it's good to have that stuff handy.
he was telling us in class the other day that everybody should have their own inspiration folder on their computer of just you just download clips like that. Anyways, let's check on the chat. I haven't been in chat for a while. Oh, they're talking about degrees and our lack thereof.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a degree at all. I have a high school diploma and a certificate of advanced character animation with Animation Mentor. I did go to college for 2 years. I just thought it was a waste of money. They weren't teaching me how to animate, and I was paying them $20,000 a year. So, you know? It's like, what am I paying for? It's like, I'm not going to spend $80,000 for a piece of paper that says, oh, you went here and, you know, you went through all our classes, none of which were animation, just so I can come out, have a shit ton of debt, a shitty demo reel, and then realize I want to do something else with life. I think that's what a lot of people are going through right now. That diploma is a degree. Mark, do you have a degree? That laugh. That laugh. You either don't or it's in something ridiculous.
No, I did animation mentor because I can't stand college.
Yeah.
I did a couple semesters in community before I started doing sysadmin stuff. It's just ugh. No thanks.
Mm-hmm. White Shadow, that's exactly what they want you to think. That's how they get your money.
Yeah. Maybe in some other industries, but not in animation.
Animation, it's just like...
Not even close.
No. What was I gonna say? Except for like I don't know, Cal Arts and Columbia. They have pretty good programs.
Well, there are a lot of schools that have good programs, but the difference that a good program will get you trained well, and your training will get you work.
Yeah.
But there isn't like a... In the end, it's always entirely on you. not at all related to like where you come from, what school you went to, or anything like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess, like, I kind of got lucky I got out when I did. I don't know. I guess I'm glad I didn't go the full 4 years and then graduate and find out it was, like, shitty and not worth the money, you know? But luckily, I finally got it, like, I was in college and I got in touch with someone at DreamWorks and just got him on the phone. We talked for, like, 3.5 hours or something one night. And, like, he literally just, he told me, like, basically what the animation industry is actually like. Like, I'll never forget that night talking to him. It was, that was when I decided I was going to do Animation Mentor. Hey, Sophia. You're on stream right now, on Twitch. Say hi. Oh, I was just telling my life story. It's nothing exciting. Yeah.
I do think that like community college, or I mean any kind of college, is great for is fundamental. Like you can't go wrong with that. Form and composition, color theory, figure drawing, you know, traditional art skills.
No, I definitely need to learn about that stuff. Like I took painting and photography and drawing and sculpture, whatever the fuck else I did, I don't know. But
yeah, lots of really good stuff.
But the funny thing is, like White Shadow, you say graphic design is too expensive, you know. If this gives, like, I'm working right now as a web designer for a company called Digital Target Marketing. So we do all the websites for like As Seen on TV products, like all that shit at like Bed Bath & Beyond or Walgreens or whatever in the As Seen on TV aisle. That's like, we do all of their sites. So my sister went to school for graphic design for 4 years, got her degree, and then got a job there. And I self-taught myself, and 2 years later got in with no degree with the same position that she did. So she like was a little bit pissed off at me, and there was always like kind of like this, I don't know, I guess she kind of felt like, you know, why the fuck did I just go to college for 4 years when this guy's coming in with this at the same position as me with no degree. But it was like, you know, I taught myself, and I guess my company thought my work was good enough for the position, so ultimately, like, that's what it comes down to, you know. And I think like in animation, that's a lot of what the studio's thinking is too. It's like they don't give a shit if you have a degree. Like, they have a film that they need made. Can you make that film to the specifications that they need, you know?
Well, so much of it is on the artistic side. Like, it's both a technical and artistic job. But like, it's the artistic stuff that you can't just learn in a traditional, like, you don't learn it from reading stuff on a book or by taking tests or anything like that. It's just like a long refining process.
Yeah. Alright, anyways. I think it's about time for me to kill this stream, guys. going on 2 o'clock in the morning. Fuck my life. Whatever. There we go. All right, Kyle, do you want to jump on stream, or are you done? Are we done for the night? I know I'm done for the night. Are you guys done for the night? Yeah, no kidding. All right. We are 28% on our way through this raffle. If that's correct. I don't know if my stuff's updated yet. I haven't really been keeping track. Where we at? Yeah, 28. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Alright, I'm getting off, going to bed. Thanks, guys, for stopping by again tonight. I really hope I don't regret staying up this late tomorrow. I probably will. Anyways, I will catch you guys next time. Adios.